Chapter 5, Part 1, The Shadow of War. The day began like any other within the refuge, a symphony of communal life where the hum of conversations blended with the rustling of leaves and the distant hammering from the workshops. It was a day of unspoken peace, a precious interlude in the world's newfound chaos. Children's laughter echoed off the ancient stone walls, and the air was filled with the scent of freshly tilled earth and blooming flowers, a testament to Maya's mastery over the land. This fragile tranquility shattered when a patrol, breathless and wide-eyed, burst into the camp's heart. The news they brought was like a cold shadow passing over the sun. The aliens, those harbingers of destruction, had been spotted on the horizon. Yet, fortune favored the refugees this time. The patrol had remained unseen, their presence a secret still safe within the embrace of the sanctuary's concealed borders. The camp's atmosphere shifted palpably. The easy chatter gave way to tense whispers, and the once vibrant market square became a hub of hurried preparations. Eli, Maya, and Alex convened an emergency meeting, their faces set with the gravity of the moment. It was decided a recon unit, led by Eli and Alex, would venture out to gather intelligence. They left under the cover of night, guided by the moon's faint light and the magic that whispered in their veins. Upon their return, the refuge was a hive of activity, a community transformed by the urgent need for defense. The reconnaissance had been successful, yet the news was dire. The aliens were indeed approaching, their intentions as clear as the weapons they bore. But they had not seen the true strength of the sanctuary, nor did they understand the power that now coursed through the veins of its defenders. Eli and Alex shared their findings, detailing the number of invaders, their apparent tactics, and, most crucially, their likely avenue of approach. The community gathered to hear their leaders, faces grim but resolute, as the reality of their situation settled in. The time for hiding was over. Now was the moment to stand and defend, to harness the ancient magics and modern wits that had brought them all together. Preparations began at once. Barricades and defensive structures, already in place, were reinforced. Alex, with his strategic mind, laid out plans for ambushes and fallback positions, integrating the natural and magical defenses into a formidable strategy. Eli, meanwhile, focused on rallying the elementals and other magically gifted individuals, their powers a wild card in the upcoming conflict. Maya took charge of ensuring the refuge's heart remained protected, setting up wards and healing stations, her calm demeanor a balm to the anxious spirits around her. She also organized the non-combatants, ensuring everyone had a role to play, from logistics to medical aid. The original trio's leadership galvanized the community. Training intensified, with veterans of past skirmishes sharing their knowledge, and the magically gifted exploring the extent of their powers. The air was charged with electricity, a mix of fear, determination, and a hint of exhilaration. They were about to embark on a defense not just of their sanctuary but of a way of life that had blossomed amid the ruins of the old world. As the preparations continued, the community's fabric seemed to weave tighter, each person's strengths bolstered by the support of their neighbors. The sanctuary had been a place of refuge, of healing and growth, but it was now becoming something more, a bastion of resistance, a declaration that humanity would not go gently into the night. And as the first scouts reported the alien vanguard's imminent approach, Eli, Maya, and Alex stood together once more, their faces set like stone, their hearts burning with the fire of protectors. They had prepared, they had planned, and now they stood ready to face the coming storm, united in their resolve to defend their home or perish in its defense. The first clash was upon them, and with it, the true test of the sanctuary's strength and the ancient powers it had reawakened. Part 2, The Unseen War. As dawn broke over the sanctuary, casting long shadows across the training grounds and lighting up the faces of those who had barely slept, the tension in the air was palpable. The community stood on the precipice of conflict, a test of their resolve and the strength of their reborn powers. The ancient magics that flowed through their veins, coupled with the remnants of modern weaponry they had salvaged and repurposed, formed the backbone of their defense. Today, they would face the alien threat head-on, not as scattered survivors, but as a united front, blending the tactics of guerrilla warfare with the arcane mysteries of their ancestors. The aliens, confident in their technological superiority, were unprepared for the ferocity and cunning of the human resistance. The first clash was swift and brutal. Hidden among the dense forests and the rugged terrain surrounding the sanctuary, Eli, Maya, Alex, and their newly trained militia ambushed the alien vanguard. The element of surprise was theirs, and they exploited it to its fullest. Eli, wielding the ancient power of the earth, caused the ground beneath the alien forces to tremble and split, swallowing up their advanced machinery and disorienting their ranks. Maya summoned the forces of nature, her control over the elements manifesting in violent gusts of wind and fierce storms that battered the invaders, turning the environment against them. Alex, with his strategic genius, coordinated the attacks, ensuring that their magical assaults were complemented by sharpshooters hidden in the foliage, their bullets enchanted to pierce the aliens' advanced armor. The aliens, though technologically advanced, found themselves ill-equipped to combat the resurgence of humanity's ancient magic. Their sensors could not detect the mystic energies, nor could their shields completely repel the enchanted weaponry. The first battle was a decisive victory for the sanctuary's defenders, a testament to the power of combining old-world magic with new-world tactics. However, the war was far from over. The initial victory served only to escalate the conflict, as the aliens, realizing the unique threat humanity posed, began to adapt. What followed was a grueling campaign of attrition, with both sides vying for control over the landscape that had become a battleground. The sanctuary's defenders utilized guerrilla tactics to their advantage, striking swiftly and then melting away into the shadows of the ancient forest that protected them. They sabotaged alien supply lines, freed captured humans, and harried the invaders at every turn, forcing them to expend resources at a prodigious rate. As the weeks turned into months, the aliens found themselves caught in a war they were ill-prepared for. Their technological might, while formidable, could not swiftly crush the spirit of a reawakened humanity, nor could it fully counter the unpredictable and versatile nature of ancient magic. The defenders of the sanctuary, under the leadership of Eli, Maya, and Alex, became adept at blending their burgeoning magical abilities with guerrilla warfare, creating a resistance that was both elusive and deadly. The sanctuary itself became a symbol of hope and defiance, a beacon to those who remained hidden and scattered across the ravaged landscape. Stories of their victories, embellished and spread by survivors, ignited a flame within the hearts of the oppressed, encouraging more to seek out the refuge and lend their strength to the cause. This war of attrition, marked by small victories and painful losses, gradually turned the tide against the alien invaders. Forced into a defensive posture, their backs against the wall, the aliens began to realize the cost of underestimating a planet and its people, reborn through the fires of survival and united by the rediscovery of a power thought lost to time. The war was far from over, but the sanctuary's defenders had proven that humanity was not easily vanquished. They had shown that the ancient magics, coupled with the resilience of the human spirit, could stand against the darkness, pushing back against those who would see them eradicated. The battle for Earth had taken a new turn, and the sanctuary stood at the heart of the resistance, a testament to the enduring power of humanity. The war had reached a critical juncture, and the sanctuary, once a place of refuge and healing, had morphed into the strategic heart of humanity's resurgence. The guerrilla warfare tactics and the blending of ancient magics with modern resistance had slowly, but undeniably, turned the tide in their favor. Yet, it was an unexpected event that would open a new path forward in this seemingly endless conflict. During a daring raid on an alien supply convoy, Alex managed to capture one of the alien soldiers. The act was unprecedented. Until now, the aliens had fought to the death, preferring destruction over capture. The sanctuary now faced a moral dilemma that tested the very fabric of their newfound unity. The arrival of Kai, a new member with the enigmatic and unsettling ability to delve into and manipulate minds, sparked a fierce debate among the original trio. Eli, with his deep connection to the ancient ways and the respect for the sanctity of the mind and spirit, initially opposed the idea of using Kai's abilities. Maya, ever pragmatic but ethically torn, saw the potential for such power to shift the balance but was wary of the consequences. Alex, focused on the strategic advantage, argued for the necessity of utilizing every available asset in their fight for survival. Their debates were intense, echoing through the halls of the refuge and touching upon the broader concerns of their community's direction. It was a test of their leadership and the values they sought to uphold in this new world they were shaping. After days of deliberation and reflection, a consensus emerged, driven by the stark realization of their desperate circumstances and the opportunity that lay before them. With a heavy heart but a clear understanding of the stakes, they agreed to allow Kai to probe the mind of the captured alien under strict conditions, with Eli ensuring that the process was conducted with as much respect and care as possible for the captive being. The breakthrough came quicker than anyone had anticipated. Kai, with a gentle but firm touch, navigated the alien's mind, uncovering not only the language and basic structure of their society but also crucial information about a key piece of infrastructure, a massive energy hub that powered the aliens' operations on Earth. Sabotaging it could potentially cripple their ability to maintain their presence on the planet. The discovery was a turning point, not only in the war but in the understanding of their enemy. The alien, once a faceless foe, revealed through reluctant but ultimately compassionate communication, a narrative of desperation and survival not unlike their own. This revelation did not halt their plans, but it added a layer of complexity to the conflict, reminding everyone in the sanctuary that their struggle was not against monsters, but against another civilization, driven to extremes by circumstances unknown. Armed with this newfound knowledge, the trio, along with Kai and a carefully selected team, began planning an audacious mission to infiltrate and sabotage the alien energy hub. This operation, born from a blend of desperation and hope, promised to either pave the way for humanity's liberation or seal their fate in this interstellar conflict. As they prepared, the moral debates and the decision to use Kai's abilities lingered, a reminder of the fine line they walked between survival and the sacrifice of their principles. Yet, the unity and resolve of the community, forged in the fires of adversity and the shared vision of a future where humanity could once again thrive, stood as their guiding light. The war was far from over, but in this moment, they had found a new way to fight, a new hope to cling to as they faced the uncertain days ahead. Part 4: The Final Stand. The tension in the air was thick as the sanctuary's defenders prepared for the culmination of their struggle against the alien invaders. The discovery of the energy hub and the successful infiltration by Eli, Maya, Alex, Kai, and their team had set the stage for the final confrontation, a clash that would determine the fate of Earth and its people. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the battlefield, the sanctuary's defenders gathered their strength and steeled themselves for the battle ahead. They knew that the odds were against them, that the aliens would throw everything they had in a desperate bid to maintain their foothold on the planet. But they were ready, their resolve unshakable, their hearts beating as one in the face of adversity. The first explosions shattered the night, signaling the beginning of the end. The aliens, caught off guard by the sabotage of their energy hub, launched a relentless assault on the sanctuary, their advanced weaponry tearing through the defenses erected by Eli, Maya, Alex, and their comrades. Yet, for every step they advanced, they were met with fierce resistance, the sanctuary's defenders fighting tooth and nail to protect their home and their way of life. The battlefield became a maelstrom of chaos and violence, with the sounds of gunfire and magic mingling with the screams of the wounded and dying. Eli, his connection to the earth strengthening with each passing moment, summoned the elements to his aid, creating barriers of stone and earth that halted the alien advance and provided cover for his comrades. Maya, her healing abilities pushed to their limits, tended to the wounded, her hands glowing with the soft light of rejuvenation as she worked tirelessly to keep her fellow fighters in the fight. Alex, his strategic mind working overtime, coordinated the defense, directing his forces with precision and cunning as they harried the alien invaders at every turn. Kai, with his ability to manipulate minds, struck fear into the hearts of their enemies, sowing confusion and discord among their ranks and turning their own weapons against them. The battle raged on, each passing moment bringing the sanctuary's defenders closer to victory or annihilation. The casualties mounted, the losses weighing heavy on the hearts of those who fought and bled for their home. Yet, even in the face of overwhelming odds, they refused to surrender, their determination unwavering, their spirits unbroken. And then, in a moment of sheer defiance, the tide of battle turned. With a deafening roar, Eli unleashed the full force of his elemental powers, sending shockwaves rippling through the alien ranks and shattering their lines. Maya, her healing magic pushed beyond its limits, tapped into a wellspring of power deep within herself, channeling it into a single, blinding burst of light that illuminated the battlefield and filled their allies with renewed strength and resolve. Alex, his strategic genius sharpened by the heat of battle, seized the opportunity presented by the aliens' momentary disarray, rallying his forces for one final, decisive push. Kai, his mind a weapon of unparalleled power, reached out across the battlefield, shattering the mental barriers of the alien commanders and leaving them vulnerable to attack. In the chaos and confusion that followed, the sanctuary's defenders launched a counteroffensive unlike any the aliens had ever seen. With a ferocity born of desperation and a determination fueled by the knowledge that this was their last stand, they fought with every ounce of strength and courage they possessed. And then, in a blaze of glory, victory was theirs. The aliens, battered and broken, their ranks decimated and their forces in disarray, were forced to retreat, their dreams of conquest shattered by the indomitable spirit of humanity and the ancient magic that had been awakened within them. As the dust settled and the echoes of battle faded into silence, Eli, Maya, Alex, and their comrades stood amidst the ruins of their once peaceful sanctuary, their bodies battered but their spirits unbroken. They had faced the darkness head-on and emerged victorious, their triumph a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the power of unity in the face of adversity. And as they surveyed the battlefield, now littered with the fallen remnants of their enemies, they knew that this was not the end, but the beginning of a new chapter in their journey. The war may have ended, but the fight for survival would continue, fueled by the hope and determination of those who dared to defy the darkness and forge their own destiny amidst the ashes of a world reborn.